Hi there and welcome to Your Barre Studio's channel. If I've not taught you before, my name is Katie and I'm the founder of online wellness platform and app Your Barre Studio. Now, this is a really great place to start if you are newly pregnant and are wanting to move your body, because in today's full body workout, we're going to talk about the modifications that we're going to be putting into place as we move through our pregnancies. Heads up, I'm in my second trimester, and in my first I was very nauseous, very sick. I used movement as a tool to keep me sane, and now I want to share these workouts with you. So if you would love to follow more prenatal content, give us a subscribe, follow the channel, as there's going to be brand new workouts every single week. Now, all you need today is your chair to hand or a surface, your comfortable mat, and I always suggest having some water. Now let's get started. So come down to your space and let's begin. Roughly 7 minutes to wake the body up. Hands are coming under the shoulders, knees are dropping underneath your hips, so in all fours position. Now that breath is so important. It's going to guide you through your workout today. Inhale, let your belly fall. Let your chest smile forward and just start to arch through the spine. Now on your breath out, you're going to draw up through the belly button. Imagine you're hugging your baby as you press your spine up towards the ceiling, drawing the chin to the chest. We go again. Inhale, belly falls, chest smiles forward, coming into that lovely cat-cow to wake you up. And then exhale, round up through the spine, hugging through the back of the body, tuck your chin to chest. Let's go one more here. Inhale, belly falls, chest smiles forward. And we exhale. We round through the spine. We draw the chin to chest. Now, Your Barre Studio, come to a lovely long spine. Tuck your toes. Walk your hands back towards your feet and very slowly start to rebuild the spine. Always note that you can really transition as slowly as you need to from exercise to exercise, but coming up to standing, keeping your feet under your hips, big breath in as your right arm comes up towards the ear. Now we're going to lengthen through the side of the body, creating space underneath that rib cage, the lateral stretch, and then we're going to come all the way back through center as we swap those arms over. So that warm up, taking a few moments to just check in with your body is absolutely key, now more than ever. Now let's get the body moving, shall we? Inhale, create space through the spine. I'd like you to join me, stepping your feet a little wider than your hips. Hands come to prayer, prayer comes to chest. We go for a single squat, we drop, squeeze, lift. Let's go, we drop and lift. So all the way through our workout today, I want you to really take responsibility for how you're feeling, okay? You know your body best. There is a reason why our platform is called Your Barre Studio, because this is your class, not mine, okay? So I want you to always know you can slow things down or you can speed it up when you feel comfortable. We're safely increasing the heart rate here and getting our body moving. I personally feel like I want to keep celebrating my body and its movement all the way through my pregnancy, which is why I'm sharing these bar workouts with you, because they've helped me so much. Now, at any point, you can start to speed this up. If you're a little further along and you want to take your feet a little wider, or perhaps dial your toes a little further out to make space for your bump, feel free to do so, guys. But can we make sure we're keeping length through the lower spine as we drop and lift? Nice work. We lower and lift. Can we go for 3 more? We go for 2 more. Now give me 1 more full rep. We drop and lift. Now this time you're going to drop into stillness. So finding that lovely long squat or that low squat. As I said, we want to be maintaining length through the lower spine, and this is something that I'm going to keep coming back to across every workout. If you know you naturally sit into that arch, I want you to think about lengthening through your tailbone and lengthening further through the base of the back, and almost hugging your baby as you stay in this lovely low squat. Now, as you're down here, we're gonna wake up the feet. We're gonna lift the heels. We're gonna go for the right heel. We're gonna lower it down, and then we're gonna follow with the left. So really padding through the feet, palms together, elbows wide. Remember, if you need to shake it out, listen to your body at any times. We lift and lower. Can we drop a little bit deeper if it feels available? We take it up and down. You're gonna give me 4 more. raising those heels, alternating for 3. We go 2. Now in 1, lower the heels, squeeze and lift the glutes. We come up, woo, we drop it down, squeeze, lift, and lower. So going back to those single, simple squats, palms together, elbows wide. We take it up and down. You've got it. We lift and lower. So are you ready to speed it up? Do we want to increase that heart rate a little further? Remember, you take what your body needs. As I said, I'm going to keep pushing my body because that's what feels good for me at the moment. But you can always slow it down, taking a lovely deep squat here, weighting to the heels of the feet, length through that lower spine. We're here for 15 more seconds. Can we drop any further for just 3 more full reps? Let's go 3. Let's go 2. Let's go 1 more. Now this time, Your Barre Studio, hold stillness. Relax again through your shoulders. Check in with that lower spine. Think about that connection with your transverse abdominis. So that's why I'm using the term hug your baby. You want to feel the deepest layers of your abdominals, your transverse abs wrapping around your midsection to support that baby. Now from here, I'm going to get you to lift both heels. We lift the heels up and then we lower. If it's too much, go back to alternating those heels. Now, as you're raising the heels, let's take a moment to think about the pelvic floor. Situated at the base of the pelvis, literally like a hammock-like structure. I want you to think about drawing up, not just squeezing, but lifting up through the base of the pelvic floor as you hug that baby. We're not going to be here for long. We lift the heels up and we lower. Your Barre Studio, can you give me 3 more? We go up and down. If it's too much, we alternate. We go 2 more, we lift and lower. Now in 1, you're going to keep the heels lifted. You're going to hold it there. Take a big breath in for me. As you exhale, relaxing through those shoulders, you're holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now shake out those legs. Stay where you are at the back of your space. Tucking your chin to your chest. Again, slowly transitioning, if you need to, down towards the floor. Hands come towards the ground. And then come to where you started your session. Now, just before we end our warm-up, I want your shoulders to come underneath your hands, your knees to be underneath your hips. Your feet are tucked here, and we're gonna go for a big breath in, inhaling, expanding through the belly. As we exhale, we're gonna think about that hugging sensation, as well as that lifting sensation through the pelvic floor. Okay, now once you've found that connection, inhale, find that expansion, and on your next breath out, lift and hover the knees. We go again. We inhale, expanding through the front, the sides, the back of the body. Exhale, we lift up through the base of the pelvic floor. We knit the abdominals together. We are not going to be here for long. Inhale, we expand. Exhale, we lift. Now this time, guys, if it's enough, you keep just breathing in, breathing out, and hovering. If you can join me for a little extra challenge, you're going to stay lifted. Listen to your body. You are in charge. Shoulders on top of those wrists, knees underneath your hips. The end of your warm-up is now in sight. We have just 8, 7, 6. If it's too much, reset the knees. Exhale and lift. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Now relax the feet. Drive the toes back down to the floor. Open up the knees. Create space for your bump. And then drive your hips back towards your heels as you reach your arms forward. Take a nice deep breath. So we're going to be avoiding working on the back of the body, any type of flexion work where we're really sort of restricting the space available for the baby, but we're still able to work the core many different ways throughout our bar workouts. Just whilst I'm chatting to you guys, take a side stretch, the same stretch you took standing, but you're taking it deep down into that child pose. As I said, creating space. So we're going to be avoiding any type of flexion, any type of deep rotation abdominal work, but there's still many ways where we can work and strengthen your core. That lovely all fours position was a prime example. Now, I'm not going to keep chatting. Take a moment, as I keep saying, when you're coming up and down, just to ensure you're not feeling dizzy or anything, take your time. But if, like me, you're feeling good, come up to standing and find your trusty chair. So, how are we feeling? Grab some water if we need to. We've activated the body. We're feeling strong. We're going to step ourselves up. So we're literally about a forearm's distance away from the chair. Now bend deeply into your knees. We're gonna get going with the lower body straight away. Left forearm on the chair, right forearm is gonna stack on top of left. Now from here, with your knees both bent, you're gonna point your right toe to the end of your space. Now I want you to lift and lower your right leg. We go up and down. So to be really particular, the hips are square. You want to imagine your hips are driving towards that chair in front of you. You can also be doing this on a kitchen counter, whatever you have to hand where you have a little bit of extra support. You don't want to be too low here, okay? And as I said earlier, we want to be maintaining the length in that lower spine. That is super important. So deeply working the glutes, the hamstrings here. Can we point our right toe and focus on lengthening further through that right leg? We take it up and down. Let's lift and lower. How are we feeling? Can we go for 3 more? We lift and lower. We go 2 more. We lift and lower. Now in 1, you're gonna lift the leg, you're gonna hold it there. Now all of your weight is running through your left leg, so we're gonna start to feel that intensity build, but right now I want you to bring your right heel. I want you to drag the right heel all the way in towards the glute, keep your thigh lifted, and then point to send your toe long. We flex at the right knee, we hug the right heel all the way in, and then we point to extend. Now remember, this is your session. At any point, if you feel you need to shake it out, that standing leg is really starting to kick in. Can you feel it in your hamstring, in your glutes? Really nice work. Is your spine still long? Squeeze the right heel in, point to extend. We're not gonna be in any variation for too long. Can we go 3 more? We squeeze to draw it in. We point to extend. Wow, 2 more. We squeeze to draw it in. We point to extend. Now, give me 1 more. This time, as you point to extend, you're gonna rest that right foot back down to the floor. Now, I want you to bring your right hand toward your right hip. Lift away from your chair. Dial your left toes to face your left hand, and then place your left forearm back on the chair. Shoulders and hips are stacked. Join me lifting the right leg. We take it up and then down. Now this time, we're lifting in a completely different sort of plane of movement. Rather than drawing the leg behind us, we're laterally lifting that leg. So we're going out to the side of the body. Now, it feels good for me to lift my legs nice and high, maintaining length through the lower spine. If it doesn't feel as comfortable for you, you can always keep that leg a little lower, okay? We're abducting that right leg, single counts. Still loading all of that weight through that left side. We've got it. We take it up and down. You're gonna give me 3 more. We drive it up, we tap it down. How are we feeling? 2 more. We lift and lower. Give me 1 more full rep. Lift and lower. Now Your Barre Studio, can you lift your right leg? Can you hold it there? Remember, keep it at a length that feels good for you. Keep that length through the spine. Aim to keep length through your right hip, but see if you can lift the leg a little higher. Now from here, pointing your right toe, you're gonna give me a clockwise circle of your right leg. And I want you to imagine you're circling around the smallest coin that you physically can. Left forearm is resting on the chair. And just take a moment to think about what's happening in your midsection. Are we still drawing up from the base of the pelvis? Are we still feeling connected to those deeper layers of abs? When you're ready, can we change that rotation to anti-clockwise? We tap it, or we round all the way through that left toe, or that right toe, if I can get my words out. We go round and round. Now we're gonna take a little breather. Take a moment, give me 3, 2, now in 1, take a little breather. Relax your shoulders, big breath in. On the exhale, feel that connection with your core, with your pelvic floor. Zip that right leg back up towards the sky. Now this time, finishing off strong, I want you to flex the foot and really stretch through the back of the leg. We've still got length through the spine. If it's available, we lift the leg a little higher and we go for a tiny pulse to finish. We're not gonna be here for long, guys. We are super strong. We're pulsing and pulsing. Of course, that intensity is gonna build, but bar, it's low impact, it's high intensity, and you are super, super strong. You've got this. We lift and lift. We go for a little pulse up and up. Now, as you do this, you've got 15 more seconds. We're gonna shake it out in simply just 12, 11, go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now release that leg. Now your chair is there for you. Bring yourself round to the front of your chair. Bring your right heel across to your left thigh. Sitting tall, being mindful of your bump, stretch forward and just release that right glute. Now, if you've moved with me before, our signature bar at Your Barre Studio moves very quickly. It goes from one exercise straight to the next. But in prenatal bar, we take a little bit of extra time in between our exercises. We are literally taking care of our bodies here and we don't have to rush. We're gonna swap those legs over. Let's go left heel to the right thigh. It's the squeakiest chair ever. Pitch your weight forward. You may have one side of your body that feels a little tighter. For me, it's this left side. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Really nice work. Now grab some water if you need it. We're gonna come straight back behind our chair. Forearms distance away from your bar. You're gonna bring your heels together and your toes are gonna be 2 or 3 inches apart. Now from here, eye line is forward. We're gonna squeeze the heels, we're gonna lift the heels up, and then we're gonna lower it down. Now today, I wanna test my balance, so even though the chair is there for me, palms are gonna come to prayer, elbows are gonna come nice and wide. We've already tried, or we've already woken up those feet, those ankles, metatarsals in the warm-up. Right now, squeezing the heels as if the heels are super glued. We're just lifting and lowering those heels, testing our balance. As you move through your pregnancy, your center of gravity will absolutely shift. So you will start to feel like you're struggling with your balance, but I want you to really focus, think eye line forward, and as you lift your heels, think about growing taller through the back of the body. Now, can we go for 3 more reps? We lift up, we lower. Can we go 2 more? We lift and lower. Can we go for 1 more full rep? We lift and lower. Now, all together, you're gonna lift the heels, you're gonna hold it there. As we find that balance, can we squeeze the heels? Now, if you wanna take it further, just an option, close the eyes and test your balance. If you don't feel like that's available today, fingertips light on the chair in front of you, close your eyes, test that balance. Really nice work. Now, wherever you are, eyes are gonna open, heels are gonna squeeze tighter, knees are gonna open, down as we bend towards the floor, and then we're gonna extend right the way up to where we were. Now, this is all about your thighs, okay? So, the deeper that you go, the more challenging this is gonna feel. So keep that in mind. Shoulders stacked on top of the hips, on top of the heels. Knees driving over the toes, we lower it down, we squeeze those heels, and then we lengthen those legs. Now, I'm hopeful that already, as we fly through this workout, you can all see that there are just some small adjustments that we're making to the workout to ensure that it's prenatal safe. So one of them being just being aware of the midsection, always connecting with those transverse abdominis with your breath, always thinking about avoiding restricting the space that you've got for your baby. That's also so we don't put any necessary or unnecessary pressure through your abdominal wall, because we want to avoid abdominal separation. We also take things just a little bit slower than we do in our signature bar workouts, because we don't want that heart rate to get too high too fast, and we also don't want the body to overheat, okay? Bar is low impact, but it's high intensity. Can we go 3 more? Squeezing those heels, knees over those toes, and we lengthen those legs. Let's go 2 more. Knees over those toes, we drop it all the way down, we lengthen those legs. Now this time, as the knees drop over those toes, we're gonna hold it down there, shoulders on top of those hips, hips on top of those heels. Now think about the base of that pelvic floor again. Can you zip up from the base of the pelvic floor? Can you think about hugging that baby with your transverse abdominis, relaxing your shoulders and starting to pulse your thighs out. Now as you do this, squeeze the heels a little tighter. Feel that heat begin to rise through the lower body. You're not going to be here for much longer. With your fingertips light, you can stay where you are, but you've always got the option to test your balance. Palms together, elbows nice and wide. We take a little squeeze and squeeze. How are we all feeling here? You are completely in control. The deeper you are, the more challenging it will feel. So if you want to come up a little higher, feel free to do so. Palms together, elbows wide. We wrap and wrap. Now, Your Barre Studio, can you give me just 15? In 14, we're going to lengthen those legs one final time. We have just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, now in 1, lift those legs. Single reps to finish, you're gonna drop, lower down, single lift. The chair is there if you need it. You drop and lift. So we're really focusing on those legs. The heels are still squeezing together and we are literally so close to the finish line. We take that drop and we lift. We've got it. We drop and lift. Now we're not going to be here for long. We lower and we lift. Siri always talking to me at the worst times. Let's go 3 more. Whoo. We go 2 more. Yes, prenatal bar, give me 1 more full rep. Now this time you're gonna drop and hold. You are stronger than you give yourselves credit for. Zip up from the base of the pelvic floor. Think about that lovely connection to your core as you breathe deeply. Now if you haven't already, bring one hand away from the chair, the other hand follows, and maybe the heels can lift a little higher as you hold for 8, 7 prenatal bars, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, release those legs, take a little shake out. Step your feet a little further away. Bend into the knees, enjoy that stretch of the calves. This time, right forearm on the chair. Left forearm follows. Take your left leg back, pointing your left toe. Super simple. We go for a single lift. We take it up and down. Now, this is the second and final time that we are doing this forearm fold over. Again, we focus on maintaining length through the lower spine. As your bump grows, as your baby grows, there is so much pressure put on that lower back. So really maintaining that strength of your core and supporting and lengthening through your back is key, okay? So just be very mindful, especially if you're a little further along than I am. Relax those shoulders. We tap it all the way down. Can we lift it up? And we lower. We're gonna go for 3 more. We lift. We lower it all the way down. 2 more, we lift and we lower. Can we go 1 more full rep? We lift and lower. Now this time, can we lift the leg? Can we hold it there? Really point your left toe for me. Square off those hips. Keep your right knee bent. And then hug your left heel all the way in towards your glutes. Let that lovely little shake creep in. Point and extend that left toe. We go again. Nice and slow and steady. Squeeze that left heel in. Point to extend. So, as I said, I really want you to feel really strong as you move through these bar workouts. I want to really keep my body moving, and I do want to keep my body challenged. There is so much safe prenatal movement available, and that is what I want to guide you through. I don't want you to feel like you have to really slow down and avoid the exercises, the workouts that you really enjoy, okay? This time, as you point the toe out, you're gonna hold it there. We transition. Lift out of that underneath side, left hand to hip. Now right toe comes to the right hand. Stack your shoulders, stack your hips. Lift your left leg, we go out and in. Now, the end is in sight, okay? This is your last moment standing, working into those glutes, into those hamstrings. Yes, we're working that left leg, but everybody, your right leg is bearing all of the weight. Now, after this, we're coming back down to the floor. We've got a little moment where we're working back into the core safely and then finishing with the arms. Before we get there, let's finish off and even out these glutes. We go 3 more. We go 2 more. Now in 1, you're gonna hold it there. Now with your right forearm on the chair, imagine you're lifting out of your underneath side, supporting that baby as we go for a little anti-clockwise circle of the left toe. It is a tiny movement. If you need to keep your leg a little lower, feel free to do so. Try and keep this lower spine nice and long. Sorry, I've got my back to the camera, everyone. We go round and round. Now we're not gonna be here for long. Let's take that same rotation clockwise now. We go round and round. So it's as if we're drawing around the smallest cone, the smallest coin that we have available. The back is long, the hip flexor is lengthened. We're here for 8. In 7, we take a little reset in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, now 1. Take a breather, right forearm on the chair, shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked. Zip up through the base of the pelvic floor. Imagine your transverse abdominals wrapping around that baby, and then lift that leg one final time. Now from here, flex the heel, stretch into that left leg, and let's pulse it out to finish. Last little hurdle standing, we pulse it up and up. Your whole body's working so hard, and the end is in sight. We pulse it up and up. Now Your Barre Studio, relax the shoulders. Prenatal bar, all you're gonna give me is just 15 little pulses, then we're stretching it out. Let's go 14. I'm gonna lift my leg a little higher for just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, come all the way out, just as you did earlier. Come round to sit on your chair. Take yourself into that figure of 4 stretch. One heel over the opposing thigh, lifting out of your hips, lengthening forward. Take a big breath in. As I said, in these prenatal bar workouts, we're just taking a little bit of extra time in between as we transition, because we can. Now from here, let's cross it over. Opposing heel. We are going to stretch out at the end, sit nice and tall, and then pitch your weight forward. Take a big breath in. We breathe in and we breathe out. Now we can dispose of this chair. We're going to gently find ourselves in the exact same position where we started our session. So take your time, rolling down to the floor, hands come under the shoulders, knees come underneath the hips. Now just before we finish, big breath in, let your belly fall to the floor, let your chest smile forward. As you exhale, round up through the spine, hug your chin towards your chest. Now, hips are going to drive back towards the heels. And again, you want your knees to be as wide as you feel that you need for your bump, but ideally in a parallel position. Now from here, hands are coming as wide as the mat. We're going to work the core, switching on the arms. Now shift the weight forward, pressing into your palms. Your hands want to come in line with your chest. Now you're going to bend the elbows to the diagonal, let the chest drop to the floor. Then you're going to breathe out, extend the arms, drive it all the way back. So it's a single child pose to press up, okay? Shifting the weight forward, squeezing your glutes, hugging into those abdominals, elbows wide. We extend, we drive it all the way back. So let's come to our breath if we haven't already. Inhale, start to draw yourself all the way forward. Breathe out as you start to shift your weight. Now from here, another breath in as you lower. Exhale, hug the baby, drive it all the way back. Now we're going one more rep with that child pose. Rounding all the way up through the spine, shifting the weight, inhaling as we lower, exhaling as we lift. Now, this is where we finish our workout, okay? When you're ready, shifting the weight, I want you to shift into that wide press up. Shins are in a parallel position with the toes. I'm not leaving my hips behind. I've shifted my weight into my hands, but we're modifying to remove any pressure on the abdominal wall. Can we finish with single reps? We bend, exhale, we lift. Now you bend as low into that lovely press up as feels available for you. I'm gonna go as deep as I can, maintaining that connection to my core. So if you feel like you've lost control of that midsection, just simply bend your elbows a little bit less, okay? Think about inhaling to lower, exhale to lift. Your Barre Studio, we're here for 5. Everyone's done and dusted in 4. Everyone's done and dusted in 3, 2, and 1. This time, open up the knees, bring your toes together, drive your hips back, create space for your bump, and let your chest rest nice and heavy. Stay where you are. As I said, you want to just be resting your head, your chest nice and heavy here, and we're going to prioritize a little bit of a wind down at the end of our workout. So as we've moved through that, everything we've done there has been really mindful, has been really prenatal safe. We did a lot of core work without actively restricting the space For your baby, you're putting unnecessary pressure through your abdominal wall. That's something that you want to be really mindful of. Now, just as we keep chatting, walk your hands over into that lateral stretch as we did earlier. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Coming back through center. So any deep rotation work we're going to avoid, but these lateral stretches are brilliant because they create space under your rib cage. And if you're struggling with any back pain, they're honestly such a great tool. Now from here, come all the way back through to center and then just start to slowly rebuild the spine. Now where we were to start, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We're going to inhale, let the belly fall, let the chest smile forward, and then we're going to exhale, hugging through the spine, pressing down through the palms. So movement is literally going to guide you through your pregnancy if you choose to. It is honestly one of the best things that you can do. Think about your labor, your birth. It is within itself a workout, and we want to maintain a strong vessel in order to really assist that birth. Now from here, how are we feeling? Come into that long spine, tuck your toes and walk your hands back towards your feet. Now your head is coming nice and heavy. We transition slowly as we come up to standing. If you're feeling dizzy, just take a moment. But as we come all the way up, as we did to start, sweep your right arm up towards your ear. Take a nice big breath in, reach up and over. Now this time, if it feels good, you can test your balance and step your right foot back into the floor beneath you. Feel that lovely deep stretch through your calf. You'll also feel it through your hip flexor, and then come all the way back up. Let me come into the center of my space. Opposing arm up towards the sky, softening into the knees, and then stepping that left leg back. Just testing your balance. It's a simple stretch, but sometimes you can just feel so wobbly, can't you? Now take a moment here, finishing off, standing nice and tall with your feet underneath your hips. Take a big breath in and stretch nice and tall for me. Now, maintain that length through the spine. All I want you to do is let your arms and your breath go super heavy, because Your Barre Studio, you are done. Amazing, amazing work. Now, if you liked that session, there's going to be much, much more. I'm going to guide you through my pregnancy as well as yours with week by week workouts. Right now, I am 15 weeks and I'm going to guide you through every single week because it's helped me so much, and hopefully I can help you. So if you do like these workouts, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, as we'll be back very soon.